Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I'm bringing you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of Houday Nation and the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, do me a favor if you found this show, hit that like and subscribe button, smash that thumbs up. I lost 2 subscribers. I was at 810 yesterday. I'm at 808. But, it happens. People jump on, people jump off. So make sure you are subscribed. And let's get going here. This show and every show is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out their website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. All right, I want to give a shout out, like I said, to Houday Nation. I appreciate Josh and the boys there. They are live streaming my show today. And this should be a fun friendship that I've started with these guys. Appreciate them reaching out to me. And I hope you guys enjoy the show. For if you're watching it for the first time on Houday Nation. What's up? I'm Strawberry Ice. I talk a lot of Bengals, but I do talk some Reds and stuff, but I talk a lot of Bengals. So let's get into the Bengals here. Now, I got this from Houday Nation that there is a chance, it appears, that the Rams may move on from Andrew Whitworth, and they might just flat release him. Now, my question is, if they do that, do the Bengals take a chance on signing him? Because even if they draft Sewell, I'll get his name right eventually. Sewell, I say yes. Andrew Whitworth is still got some gas in the tank, and if you draft Sewell, put Whit at guard, because remember, that's where he started. He started at guard. He could easily go back there, and you get Whit and Sewell, you got your offensive line fixed. So we'll see what happens, but I thought that was very interesting news. Now, the Bengals, get my teams confused here. The Bengals have announced today they're getting new stripes. They're getting new uniforms for the 2021 season. They've had the same version of these uniforms, maybe little changes here and there, but the same version since 2004. Now, unfortunately, we have to wait until the spring to find out what the new uniforms are going to be. Now, one thing we don't have to worry about is the helmet is going to stay the same, which I'm okay with. I mean, I think we have the most unique helmet in all of football. The only thing I thought maybe would be kind of cool for like an alternate, color rush thing or something, would do like a black helmet with the orange stripes, just to change it up a little bit. But I love the iconic Bengal striped helmet. Now, this is from Mike Brown, quoting Mike Brown. I got this off Bengals Wire. My father said he wanted wanted a helmet that would just take one look to be recognized from a top seat in the stadium. I think our helmet has stood the test of time. It has established our identity, our trademark, if you will. That's important to our fans. I agree with that. I think it's very important to our fans because, like I said, you see that helmet, you know exactly what team that is. That is the Cincinnati Bengals. I think it'd be kind of cool if they do they do the alternate jerseys or ultimate uniforms, if they would do like a alternate version of like the original ones. But I don't want the helmet, because if you guys have ever watched any of the games between the Browns and the Bengals back in the 70s, I mean, honestly, it looked like they're playing each other. It looked like Bengals versus Bengals or Browns versus Browns, because the uniforms are so similar. And the helmet, I mean, the only difference was they're both orange. One had a stripe and one said Bengals on the side. So I've never been a fan of the Bengal helmet where it just says Bengal. I've never been a fan of that. I would kind of like it if they get a little cleaner uniform, kind of like what they had back when Corey Dillon and these guys were playing, where they had the leaping tiger. At least bring that tiger back. I don't mind the B. I kind of like the B, but kind of bring the tiger back. Maybe have the tiger on one side and the B on the other or something like that. And have the stripes a little bit wider than they did back in the, late or the 90s. I think I like that uniform. It's just nice and clean. So just trying to see what your guys' thoughts are on any of these topics. Whit coming back possibly. the new uniforms, and things like that. And would you guys change the helmet? Because I'm pretty sure I wouldn't. Now, like I said, the video chat should be at the top of the YouTube channel here. It's on there. It says video chat with strawberry ice. Very top. So just jump on that if you guys want to discuss anything with the Bengals or what's going on with the Reds. And like I said, the show usually kind of rolls how you guys in the chat and on the live video chat kind of goes with whatever you guys are talking about, which right now nobody's talking about anything. So I guess you guys really are not interested in the new uniforms or Whitworth coming here for that matter. So anyway, let's I got some Reds news. You guys want to get into that? There's a tweet that I found. It's from MLB Trade Rumors. I know everybody says the Reds are in rebuild mode. I don't think they are. But the Reds are among teams that are interested in Simons. Audreyans? I can't say his name. Simons. He's a shortstop, played for the California Angels the last couple years. And so that would be good to add a shortstop. So we got shortstop for the Reds, possibly. We got new uniforms for the Bengals. Whitworth, hopefully coming back. And I say you sign Whitworth, like I said, even if you draft Sewell, because I still think there's a very good chance that the Bengals are going to be able to draft Sewell. I think he'll be there. I'm not guaranteeing it, but I think there's a very good chance that he will be there at the number 5 pick. Now, if you guys are wondering if Jeremy D is going to join me, unfortunately, Jeremy D is not going to join me again today. He's still very busy at work. He's slammed, making a whole bunch of money. So when you can make the money, you got to make it. But he said he is like 99.9% sure that he can join the show tomorrow. I know all the regulars will be like, woohoo! Jeremy D's back. I'll be like, it'd be great because I have somebody to talk to other than talking to myself the entire time. Carl, what's up, brother? Reds need to get Didi. They just need to get a good shortstop. I'll give you some stats on Simon here. He's got a 269 average. He's had over 406 RBIs, 1,064 hits. He scored 456 runs, and that's from 2012 to 2020. So he's a pretty productive shortstop. I think he's got a good glove. I'm not exactly sure on that, but you never know. All right, so we have the AFC and NFC championship games going on this weekend. Now, yesterday people asked me, who do I got? Now, as you see, wait, is it still there? Yeah, unfortunately, it's still there. The Buccaneers hat is in the background. And for you guys new who've never watched me like on from Who Dey Nation, my wife is from the Tampa Bay area. So she is a huge Buccaneers fan. So she likes sabotaging my show and sticking up Buccaneer stuff. Now, I kind of left that up there just to be nice to her. So by marriage, I have to pick the Tampa Bay Bucks over the Green Bay Packers. Now, yesterday I picked the Bills over the Chiefs. Now, I never really got into any of my reasoning for that. And the only reason that I am saying that is because I don't know if Patrick Mahomes is going to play. So and I know they won last week without him, but that wasn't an entire game. That was just, a half a game. I don't know if they can do that the whole time. So, Tim Beadle, you are on. You can actually give some good information about Simon, if he's going to be a good shortstop for the Reds or not. And Beadle, what do you think about the uniforms of the Bengals? I know you say go Bucks, but I know you are a Bengals fan. You hear that the Bengals are getting new uniforms. And what do you guys want in the uniforms? I mean, do you want like something completely different? Something like what we used to have, but maybe a little different version of it. Like, because I was talking to Josh, one of the admins on Who Dey Nation before the show started, and he said that he's heard that it could be kind of like what the Browns did. It's kind of one of the older versions of the jersey, but in their uniform, they just changed the graphic of the numbers and the name and stuff like that. And I kind of think that'd be kind of cool. They do that with, like I said, the 90s jersey, which I think it came out with the new ones and the jumping tiger, flying tiger, whatever you call it. I think they came up with that in like 97. I think that was their 50th, anniversary of being a franchise. And yes, DP, what's going on? That would be awesome if the Bengals could sign Andrew. The thing is, first he's got to get released by the Rams first. So that I love Witt. I would not trade for him because I think it's just going to cost too much for the Bengals to get him. But the Rams just flat release him because they might do that. I mean, Witt's getting older. He did get injured. And like I said, if we draft Sewell, you put Witt at guard. Your offensive line's fixed. They still got to figure out the center, though, until Trey gets back. Bengals report. I want a black one with orange, similar to the ones they had in the 90s and 2000s. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Something like that, and maybe a little variation with the numbers, make it look a little clean. I want, the stripes. I want them a little wider on the so they're more distinguished, more they stand out a little more than they did on those old jerseys. And the cool thing, man, it's kind of funny. I think you guys remember history. The Bengals drafted Carson Palmer in 2003. And they had the old uniforms. So I bought a Carson Palmer jersey. And then the next year, they came out with, these jerseys. The ones right behind me. So I bought a whole bunch of those. So I still have Carson Palmer's quote-unquote rookie jersey. Now this is, actually, I took Palmer off and I put Burrow on it. It's the same, it's the same jersey, except for my color rush one. That's that one I bought. That's got all Burrow on it and everything. My point is, they're doing the same thing. And you can look at it this way. Burrow already got the knee injury out of the way. So we'll get the new uniforms. Burrow has a new knee, and we're going to the playoffs, baby. But just think, if the Bengals do get Witt, because Witt is the kind of guy that you want to. He should have never let him go. He's the kind of guy you want on your team as a leader, a teammate, And Whitworth, he just wants to win. And I guarantee you, he's not, if he comes here, he knows there's a chance that he could go to guard. And I don't really think he'd care. I mean, he's proven he can play it. So I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it's worth checking out. But like I said, he has got to get released first. Nathan, what's up? Super excited to see the new jerseys. Can't wait till spring 2021. Exactly. There's a lot. I mean, if you guys are on Who Dey Nation, there has been so many different mock-ups of versions of uniforms. And I mean, especially last year, because I mean, people ask me on the show a lot, like, have you heard they're getting new uniforms or anything? I said, I haven't heard anything. I mean, I was told that you have to put in the request like a year or two in advance to be able to come up with the new uniforms. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I posted this on Who Dey Nation and on my Strawberry Ice page. The picture of when they introduced the stripes for the very first time in 1981, and Reggie Williams was there, and I cannot remember the other Bengal player that was there, but it's a very interesting picture and a very unique picture in Bengals history. And you also have the one where Paul Brown, when he first got the Bengals in 68, that he has a picture of him holding a Bengal striped helmet. So it was a thought to do that at first, to have that helmet, on as their very first helmet. And I don't know why. I would love to hear the story sometime of why he decided not to do it. But then in 81, he decided to go for it and change everything. Because like I said, the old Bengals uniforms, dude, they were a lot like the Browns. They looked so much alike. And I know Paul Brown was still ticked off about, not being the coach of the Browns anymore. So maybe he wanted to stick it to Art Modell and have his team look exactly like the Browns. But I'm glad we don't look like them anymore. I love, like I said, I love the iconic Bengal helmet. It is, to me, it is the coolest helmet in the NFL. Because I remember me, my buddy Abel, when we were kids, he would say it. He's like, he would tell me this. He's like, it's the only helmet that wraps all around the helmet, you know? He's like, you got the stupid Steelers, you got, the sticker on one side, don't have it on the other side, and the Browns just got a stripe, and, it goes from one side to the other. Nobody else does that. I mean, the Rams got their horns, and that's just on the side. Everybody's got it on the side, but the Bengals go from there to there, and that's always been a calling card and a unique thing. Like Mike Brown said, that his dad said, that once you see that helmet, you know exactly who that team is. What's up, Beetle? What do you got here? Here's some information. I take any of the three shortstops available. All three have something distinct over the other. Simon is the best fielder, and his offensive numbers are more comparable than I thought with the other two. Yeah, I was just reading that. I mean, he's got a 269 average, career average, 406 RBIs, 1,064 hits. He scored 456 runs. So it's not that bad, I don't think. Now, that's the biggest hole to me, other than losing Bauer, of course, that the Reds have got to address. So, let's see, Naden. Honestly, some of those mock-up jerseys look really cool. Yeah, I just posted one on Strawberry Ice, and I also put it in Bengals Nation. I got to look at it like right before the show started. It's pretty cool. I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, it could be. I mean, they could go. I mean, I think they have to go a little cleaner. You know what I'm saying? Because the ones they got now are so they're so out there. It's like, whoa. I don't know if you can go any more whoa than what we already have. You kind of almost and the new way to do jerseys and uniforms is everyone wants them like cleaner, a little less stuff on it, more distinct. Now, I don't want to be anything like the Rams. I think the Rams got god-awful uniforms. I don't like their uniforms at all. They don't look. I like their old uniforms a lot better. These new ones they got, they just, I don't know. They don't look very good at all. But I mean, one thing now I'll talk about another one, like the Buffalo Bills. I hate their white helmets. Those look. I don't understand why they went back to those. I would go the ones they had with Jim Kelly and all those guys when they invented the K gun, which was actually the no huddle offense that Sam Weiss invented, or not invented, but started in 1988, and they cried about, and then stole it and took it to 3 Super Bowls. But anyway, that helmet, that red one, I think it looks so much better than that goofy ass white one they have right now. Let's see here, Nathan, what's going on? The white bars on the side of our jerseys need to go. Something more simple but edgy. That's kind of what I'm saying. More is the newer uniforms are more simple. They're not so much, noise going on. And that's where I think they're probably going to lead toward is that. Andrew Poe, hey, what's up, buddy? You are new to the show. Welcome. I agree. The Rams uniforms are awful. They are. They're ugly. I have no idea why anybody goes, you know what? That looks good. I think we're going to make that the uniform. Like the thing is, they're not even white. They look dirty already. I mean, I like the Bengals color rush jersey is probably my favorite jersey. The white Bengal tiger. I mean, I love it. But I also hate it because it always gets dirty every time I wear it. So I'm always worried about I'm going to drop food or something on it. So I'm always getting stuff on it. But that's where I think the Bengals are going to go. That's nice and clean and not a lot of noise. And I think fans like that the most. I mean, that's kind of where NFL is going to, in their new uniforms. They're not, all wild and crazy. It's more calm, distinguished. You want the certain details of the uniform to stick out more than the whole thing, if that makes sense. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We got to wait until springtime, which hopefully will be happening here They're getting here soon. But the thing is, when the Bengals don't make the playoffs, it seems like it takes forever for the playoffs to get over. Because I want to get through the playoffs. I want to get through. I mean, I love the playoffs. Don't get me wrong. I love the Super Bowl. But I'm ready to get through it, get on to the offseason, do the combine, which hopefully they'll be doing the combine in Indy. I heard they might not be doing the combine because of COVID. I hope that's not true because I don't understand why they wouldn't. Because it's not like there's a million people there. You could easily socially distance and do that. And I'm just a geek when it comes to football. I love football and also I'll watch the combine because I want to watch, especially because I want to watch if Sewell goes. I want to watch him because the thing that scares me about Sewell, I'll tell you this: he's 20. He's a big boy. All the videos and everything I've seen of him, he looks great, but I've never got to watch him play. And him being that young, it's just because Bengals history. Dan Wilkinson, he was the number 1 pick overall. He was supposed to be a beast, but he was really young, and he never turned out to be what he was supposed to be. I mean, everybody in that, who had that number 1 pick that year would have taken Big Daddy. I mean, he had a nickname, Big Daddy, Dan Wilkinson. He's going to be the road grader. We had him and I think Rucker was next to him. I mean, those guys, nobody could run on those guys. Well, that didn't work out at all. Everybody could run on, they couldn't move. So that's the only thing I'm worried about. So that's why I want the combine to happen so I can see it. Carl, what's up? Where's Watson going? I have no idea. No clue. I don't. I mean, if the Texans want to totally rebuild, they can get a lot of draft picks for him. But we'll have to wait and see on that. Andrew, sent you same jersey pick on IG. Looks really sharp in regards to the clean, simple look. I'll have to look at my Instagram here on there and see what you're. Oh, here you go. Let me see here. What you got? It says they can't send me the messages. I don't know why. Oh, yeah, accept one. Oh, there we go. Here we go. That would help with me. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like these. Yeah, you guys go to my, I'll put these up on Strawberry Ice page after the show. These are really cool looking uniforms. I like those a lot. I like the all white one but I don't think he's going to, Mike Brown said they're not going to mess with the helmet. You got an all white helmet. That would look perfect with the color rush. That's one thing that always kind of bugged me. Color rush jersey, it's all white except for the bright white or bright orange helmet. So I always thought it'd be kind of cool to have the white, Bengal Tiger helmet. But yeah, those are cool looking. I will definitely share those. Actually, Andrew, you can share those if you like my Strawberry Ice page. You can share those on that page yourself, or put it on. If you are a part of Who Day Nation, you can put it on there. Let's see here, Carl, what's going on? I see where the Bengals are trying to get JJ Watt. Well, that's a report. I don't know how true that is. I wouldn't give much for him. I mean, I think JJ Watt has been a great player. I think he's on the downhill side. He's another guy, though, that would be a great locker room guy, a great guy to have on your team. And I kind of preface that is to the same way that when we got AJ Hawk, we got him and he was done. He had one more year with us and he was done. He didn't really contribute very much to nothing on the field. I think he was a good locker room guy, but that's where it kind of ended. So I wouldn't mind having JJ and giving a chance, but I wouldn't give up a lot to get him or pay him a lot to be here. But it is an interesting thing that that could happen. Nathan, I've been seeing a lot of mocks where we either get Sewell or Chase in the first round and Christian Barmore in the second round. What do you think about that, Jeff? My thing is, to me, it depends on what they do in the offseason. What they do is with free agency. If they sign Witt or they sign a right tackle, then you don't have to get Sewell. you can get Chase then, and that's about the only way I would do that. Now the other thing is if Sewell happens to not be there, then my opinion, you trade out of that pick and you trade down, because there's lots of linemen in this draft. There's lots of good linemen, but there's only one guy that ranks to be a top 5 pick, and that's Sewell. The rest of them, you can get 6, 7, 8, 9 down the line, and you don't want to reach. Biggest reason, money. You don't want to pay. Say you get Leatherwood, just to throw a name out there from Alabama. Say you draft him at 5. He's not really slotted as a player to make top 5 money. He's more of a later first round guy. So that's where I'm like, you should, if Sewell's not there and you haven't addressed the offensive line, you got to trade down to get more picks, to get more offensive linemen, because there's multiple offensive linemen they could get. So the only way I would get Chase, and I would love to get Chase, but the only way I would get him is if they have taken care of that offensive line. If they haven't taken care of the offensive line, getting Jamar Chase will do you no good. You have the same problem that you had this year, whereas we got multiple weapons, but if Joe freaking Burrow is running for his life or can only do a 3-step drop and get rid of the ball, and it's you got to have the line. You got, in football, you build from the line out, from the inside out. For some reason, Mike Brown never does that. He builds from outside in, but he's to the point now where he's got all the outside parts mostly figured out, but the defensive line and the offensive line, you gotta fix. Jonathan Alberts, you are new to the show. Welcome to the show, brother. Let's see here. NBA. I don't talk a whole lot of NBA on here, but I'll try. The NBA is about to postpone their 20th game. Yet the media is still very silent and not giving them the same treatment as the NFL, MLB, college football. Why is that, Strawberry Ice Time? First time, long time. Thanks, Johnny. That's a good question. I don't know. I've heard more people question if they will finish the college basketball season than I have the NBA season. But I don't know. I'm not a big NBA fan, so I haven't watched a whole lot of NBA games, to be honest, but I appreciate the question, and I appreciate you watching the show. You can join anytime you want, comment anytime you want. Do you want AJ to stay? I wouldn't mind it. I'm not going to say no, because I think AJ could contribute stuff. He's not the AJ of old. I would not sign him for any more than a long-term or 1-year contract at all. But there is a good reason to keep him. He's a good dude. I don't like what I saw from him this year, so I'm hoping that another year will help him, get another year away from all the injuries, and maybe, we can get something for him. But I won't be heartbroken if they let him go. I mean, because there's other guys that they could sign. You can draft a wide receiver, down the 3rd, 4th round. So he's, at this point, I hate to say it, but the AJ is replaceable. Facebook user, what's going on? Do me a favor. If you're watching on any of the Facebook pages, you can go to Sports with Strawberry Ice and hit the subscribe button. That would help me out a lot, and you can make your comments there, and I can see your name. Okay, at this point, I'd be okay if we got Andrew Whitworth for depth. Yeah, and that's another thing. You could just get him for depth. I mean, he's not a guy that's not worth taking a chance on. I mean, he just is, and I've said this on the show multiple times. You got to stack talent. You got to have backups who can play. I mean, I think Bobby Hart and Fred Johnson are backups. They're not starters. They're guys who could be backups. But if you find somebody even better than them to be your backup, that's even better. You got to stack talent. So I would not be worried. I wouldn't getting Andrew. If you can get him, if they cut him and you can get him at a good price, I say it's a win-win for the Bengals. All right. Really need to take care of the O-line seriously. Yes. I've said that on my show multiple times, that if we don't fix the offensive line and the defensive line, but the bigger one is the offensive line. If you don't fix that, then we're going to be the same place we are this year. We're going to go do the same thing. And I think with them signing a Frank Pollock is going to be a difference. And I don't think Frank Pollock thinks that I won't say he doesn't think he can make these guys any better, but the thing is, you guys are only as good as their God-given ability, And that's the thing is, I think they might have gotten all the talent they could out of them, So you gotta get better talent. You gotta get more talent. I mean, you can have, like I said, you have all the toys, you have all that stuff, but if you can't open holes up for Mixon, Gio, Piron to run through, time for Burrow to throw the ball, everybody said, "Where's the deep ball? Where's the deep ball?" He can only take a 3-step drop. That was pretty much it, and that was consistently the Bengals' offense this year. Joe Burrow, 3-step drop, bang, get the ball out. That's what they could do consistently because of that offensive line. You fix that offensive line, you can do a 5-step drop. You can make holes Mixon. The man has never had a good offensive line in the whole time he's been here. Just think what he can do if there's actually holes, and he doesn't have to make a cut in the backfield before he gets to the line. He can hit the hole and go. Those are things that would be nice to see. Would be nice for him as a running back to see where he can move on. Hang on, so you guys are blowing the chat up. Give me 1 second here. Nope. Hold on a second here. All right, did that. All right, Andrew, you were next. Bring you up. I hate to say it, but I think we have to cut Geno. I think that's their plan this year. This year to save $14.8 million in cap space would help resign Lawson and Willie J3 and make a big splash in signing right guard Brandon Shaver. Yeah, I love Geno. He's one of my favorite Bengals. He's been a great Bengal. But yeah, I think it's time for him to, as Mike Brown would say, seek his life's work, which it might be with another team. But like you said, we got to try to sign Willie J3, and we got to keep the talent that we have. We don't have excess of talent, so the Bengals have got to keep the guys that are good. They got to at least keep them. So yes, I agree completely with that. And even with that said, they're going to have. I think they got $33 million to spend. So we'll see. Jonah Williams left out. Yeah, Jonah Williams. Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, too, if you get Sewell, we can sign the guy you're talking about. That's fine. I just want them to fix. They need to get a tackle because Jonah could play left or right because Jonah played right in college. So either way you go, you need to get another tackle. You need a guard. And then if not, everybody can't forget this. Trey Hopkins got hurt. Very last game of the season, tore his ACL. And I'm like, are you all the injuries we had last game of the season, he tore his ACL. So you got to find somebody who's a stopgap at center until he gets back. Because I don't think he's going to be back. My prediction, he'll miss at least the first month of the season. And Billy Price to me has shown that he's not a guy that you count on to be a center. I know he had like one good game, but he's never been good. Left guard, Quentin Spain and center. Draft and sign free agent Shaver and draft a right tackle. Hey, sounds good to me. Like I said, I don't care what tackles they get or offensive linemen they get, as long as they're good. And as long as they can protect Joe Burrow and make holes for Mixon. Yes, so Denajai, Fred, backups. Yep, exactly. Let's see here. Nathan, what do you got? By the way, you guys can all join on the video chat if you want to come on and talk live to me. It's at the top of the page. Just click on it and you'll be brought up to the show. Nathan, we need to sign Lawson and Willie J3, Atkins, and Green walk along with Ross. Oh, Ross is gone. Ross didn't even play. That's not even a thought. Cut Hart and Erickson. We probably won't sign Tooney or Shaver, so we'll have to draft a line and D-line. I don't know. See, I'm holding out hope that I think that they can and will sign some offensive linemen just because of what they did last year. And I think they would have signed an offensive lineman last year if Jim Turner hadn't said, we're fine. We're good at offensive line. We don't need to sign anybody. I was like, the hell are you looking at? I mean, Bobby Hart? Really? You think Bobby Hart is good at right tackle? Come on now. Anyway, that's why he's fired. So I think if Frank Pollock says we need a guard, a tackle, and we need to try to at least get one in free agency, I think they'll do that. I really do, because I think Mike Brown is really trying to win. And the thing is, the new NFL, I've said this on my show multiple times, that the way to do it now is you get a young quarterback like Joe freaking Burrow, you get him on the rookie deal, and then you can pay everybody else, and you go win a Super Bowl or two, like Kansas City's doing. I know they're paying Patrick Mahomes a ton of money, but they're not doing it right now. He signed a contract. It doesn't kick in for, I think, a year or two. So we'll see what happens. But that's my opinion. Steelers signed Haskin. Really? That's actually not surprising. Watch him come back and he'll torture us. Have you done any mock drafts live? I did a draft, a video, because Andrew, you're new to the show, obviously. This started out as I would just do videos and stuff. And I did a video last year of my mock draft. And I got a lot of views on it. I thought it was completely boring. But I will be doing something like that. I got to figure out how to do it. But yes, that is an idea, to do a mock draft. I know everybody likes them. And like I said, I watch it. I couldn't believe how many views I got on it, because I'm like, this is boring. Just me clicking around. I click that. Okay, draft that guy. Anyway. But people liked it. So yeah, I probably will be doing that. I'm going to wait till. To me, there's no point in doing mock drafts right now. I mean, you can do them until the season's over and until you actually know who's all coming out and everything, So, but yeah, I probably will do one eventually. Big E, what's up, brother? Hey, Ice. I like to see the Bengals solidify the O-line in free agent and draft Chase, but I'd be happy if they got Sewell instead. That's where I'm at. I mean, my dream would be to get a right tackle or a left tackle, get a guard, and go draft Chase. Because if you got a line that can hold up and you add Jamar Chase to this offense and this wide receiver, which the Bengals don't really need to add to the wide receiver group. I think our wide receivers are pretty good the way they are. But if I said you got to stack talent, you get Chase on one side, you get Higgins on the other side, you got Boyd in the middle. Woo! We gonna be good, baby. We gonna be good. So that's what I'm hoping. I mean, but we'll see what happens. Whoops. Yeah, I click on one and it drops all the way up there. Let's see here. All right. And John said, is it because of politics? Might be, brother. I don't really discuss politics on here at all. Actually, I don't discuss politics on here. And I barely discuss the NBA. So if you got some Bengals questions or Bearcats, I mean, Ohio State, something like that, let's see here. Matt, if they let AJ go, would you want us to sign a wide receiver free agency or later rounds of the draft? I think later rounds in the draft, because that's another guy. Again, to me, I say that, but I preface it. It depends on what they do. If they fix the line in free agency, it opens a lot of stuff up. I mean, then that's where I really want them to do that, because they're not bound to having to try to fix it all in the draft. The biggest hole is that offensive line. And if you fix it through free agency, you can do a lot of stuff. You can draft Chase. You can draft a pass rusher in the second round. You can draft wide receivers in the third, fourth round. You can draft more. You don't have to fix the line. The pressure would be off, and they can add more pieces to this team to make the whole thing better. So that's what I really hope they do. If they don't, and Sewell's there, to me, you got to take them. But that's what I'm hoping they'll do. They don't always do what I want them to most of the time. Most of the time they don't. But they did a lot of stuff last year that I was happy with, except for the offensive line. Brad, I agree with you, Ice. Mike Brown knows what he has in Joe, I believe Mike Brown will attack the O-line free agents. I think so. I mean, just because last year, last year they signed more free agents that weren't from their team and any time that I can ever remember in Bengals history. And we signed another one during the season in Spain. Now, you can say we went on Spain. I think Spain was actually a pretty good pickup, but they signed him. He could have went anywhere. He was an actual free agent. He got released, and he decided to come here. So, we will find out. I can't wait till football season. It's not even over. Big Burrow is back. Yeah, I think Burrow will be back game 1. It looks like it. I mean, he's already walked around without a knee brace, and he's like he said the hard part's over. Now the fun part begins. So he's planning on being ready game 1. All right, Jay, I predict the Bengals get in the playoffs and the Final Four in 2022. I'm with you, man. But it just depends. They got to fix that line. They got to fix that line. They don't fix the offensive line, then they might as well not even play. It's gonna be the same thing as this year. But they got to fix that. Now, like I said, it's such a big need. I can't see how the Bengals won't address it, and I can't, if I could see this, but I said this last year, if I could see that Bobby Hart isn't that great of a player, I'll think, maybe I'm wrong because I'm just a guy on the YouTube show and these guys are NFL coaches. They should know more than I do. But in Bobby Hart's defense, if he had a good guard next to him, he actually played better. Still didn't play great, but he played better. So you get somebody on the left or right and put Joe on the opposite side, get a guard, get a center to plug and play until Hopkins gets back, and maybe add Jamar Chase, and let's roll, baby. Let's freaking roll. All right, let's see here. Naden, we should start running the ball more. Mixon, Bernard, Piron, and Williams are underrated. With a solidified O-line, we can take a lot of pressure off Burrow with the run game. I agree with you. And I think that's what Zack Taylor wants to do. Because if you look, I always go back to the Tennessee game. Tennessee game was the most complete game the Bengals played all year. And if you look at how the offense was, I cannot remember how much they ran for, but it always seemed like it was way more balanced than any other game that they had. And I think that's the way Zach wants to run the offense. I think he wants it to be a balanced attack. So, yeah, you can go live. The link should be at the top of the page, Carl. Yeah, it should be up there. I mean, I'm here by myself, so if it's not, then let me see here. You guys, maybe it's not. It should be at the very top of the chat where it usually is. Hang on a second. Let me see here if I can do something. And let's see here. That, and paste. And all right. So if you don't see it at the top of the page, it is right there at the bottom. The first thing I just put on there. So if it's not working at the top page, you guys should be able to click it. It's in the chat. Okay, let's see here. Get back to where I was at. Jay was next. Jay, they need a good offensive line, but not a better coach. Oh, you are a Zack Taylor supporter. That is rare on my show. Most people are not Zack Taylor supporters. They need a good offensive line, but not a better coach. Yeah. I don't know if you were being sarcastic or what. Let's see here. Matt, how would you feel if we somehow got Juju? Oh, man. I know it'll probably never happen. I would hate his attitude. Dude, I can't see that working with I mean, guys let bygones be bygones. But I can't see that working, man. I can't stand you. I can't. If you put the freaking Squealers uniform on, man, I can't stand you. I flat cat. Like Roethlisberger, I actually kind of liked him when he played up at Miami. I respected him. I was playing, as soon as he got drafted by the Squares, like, oh, he's a dork. I don't like him anymore. So, and just the hatred. I mean, there is hatred between the Bengals and the Steelers. Excuse me, Squealers. That I don't know how that would work. I really don't. I'm not sure how that would work, but that is an interesting topic to say the least. If they were to get Juju, maybe he'd go and he says he's not gonna dance in the logos anymore, but that's because of a guy named Von Bell who whooped his candy ass. So that was awesome. That was the best, the most fun game, I'll say, watching them beat the Squealers. And that's where I'll say that this is where I kind of defend Zach. That people will say, he doesn't discipline guys, he doesn't do that. That's not true. I mean, he yanked out Billy Price how many times during the year? He yanked out Fred Johnson. He yanked out Bobby Hart. Hell, he yanked out Giovanni Bernard because he fumbled. So people say he's not a disciplinarian. I think he is, because of what he does. Is he a rah-rah, get in your face guy? No. But there were times like when Joe Burrow got hurt, I mean, he brought the whole team around and tried to get them together, and, it didn't work because that was just such a devastating, thing to happen to the team with that. But just get back to what I was going to say about the Steelers is the Squealers game. When he was in that game, he didn't have Brandon Allen. He was hurt. He didn't have Burrow. So he had Finley. So he figured out for some reason that the Steelers wouldn't be able to stop Finley from running the ball. As Chris Berman said, or Dan Patrick, you can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. And that's what was going on there with Finley. And you got to get the Finley. Finley made enough plays to keep him honest. But that was one of Zach's best coaching performances. Now, the time that just ticked me off was the last game of the year against the Baltimore Ravens, the Ratbirds, where it didn't look like anybody on the team even wanted to be there. They were all done. This season's over, and they acted like it. And I hated that. I'm like, at the end of that game, I'm like, Zach, you need to go, dude. You got to just walk out of the stadium. But I tend to defend Zach more than bash him. Nate and potential receiving core, Tyler Boyd, Higgins, Tate, Jamar Chase, and Kurt Samuel. If we sign him as a free agent, Ross, Green, Erickson gone. Yeah, I mean, well, just go with you got three right there. Tyler Boyd, Higgins, Tate. Those are three really good ones right there. And then if you draft Jamar, but like I said, the only way we're drafting Jamar, in my opinion, is you got to fix that line. I don't want them to go, oh, we got to get Jamar, like, oh, we got to get Ross. Like, no, we didn't have to get Ross. That was the time you needed to get an offensive lineman. Now, one thing I've said about this, and this is kind of an epiphany I've had. I think I had it last week on the show. And we keep talking about this on my show. That the end of the 5-year run for the Bengals was when Witt left, Zeitler left, Sanu left, and Marvin Jones left. They didn't have anybody to replace him, so they drafted Ross. But if that didn't happen, you know who we wouldn't have? Joe freaking Burrow. So I'm not saying I'm happy it happened because Marvin Lewis wouldn't have lost enough games to get the number one pick. He never did. They had the only time they had the number one pick was the year before he got there, and that's when they had Carson Palmer. So we have Joe Burrow. We have the biggest toy that you can have, and he's going to win us a Super Bowl as long as you keep him upright. He's going to win us a Super Bowl, maybe more. And I really do believe that the goal is to do this before his contract has to come up. So you got basically 4 more years. It's a 4-year contract with a 5-year option. So you basically got 4 more years to get this done. All right, Jay. Once COVID ends, I'm going to try to go to a Bengals game if they allow fans. They allowed fans this year. You could have went this year. I mean, I'll be going because I have season tickets. Well, I had them last year was my first year getting them, and I was going to go. I really wanted to see Joe Burrow's first game, and they wouldn't let me go watch it. And I was like, and I'm just going to let them roll over to next year, and hopefully all this stuff will be over, and we can go there and we can tailgate, go hang out with Bengal Jim at Bengal Jim's tailgate and have a good time and, go watch Joe Burrow dominate next year. So that's what I'm hoping happens. This COVID thing, they get it under control or whatever it has to happen for us to be able to go to a stadium and be around people again. I don't know about you guys, but I can't wait because I haven't been to a professional arena game in a year. Last time I went to a Bearcat basketball game. That was, well, it hasn't been a year yet. I think it was in February. I think that's when I went. So almost a year. So I am so ready to go to a stadium, go to PBS, go to GABP, go to Fifth Third Arena, watch my teams, go to Nippert, watch my teams, and have some beer and have some fun with my friends. And man, I can't wait for that to happen. I'm hoping it'll happen here shortly. Nathan, do you think we will focus on improving the D-line as well? Yes, I do. We lost Dunlap. Atkins will be gone. If we get some extra help on the D-line via free agents or the draft, I think we will be a real contender. Yes, we have to address that too. I mean, the biggest thing is the offensive line, but you cannot forget about the defensive line. You got DJ Reader coming back. Hopefully have Lawson coming back, and you got Hubbard. And other than Mike Daniels, I think they have to sign him again. There's a possibility they could sign him. I don't remember if they signed him for a 2-year contract or a 1-year contract, to be honest. But you got to add to that, and they need Carlos Dunlap, but they need a guy like Carlos Dunlap, how Carlos Dunlap used to be, not the guy who played for us last year. His name is Carlos Dunlap, but he didn't play like Carlos. But that's the guy they need to get to help that rotation between him, Hubbard, and Lawson. And then they need some more guys up the middle. And that's where I'm saying. That's like you say, if the Bengals, this is where I hope this is their plan, because to me, it makes all the sense in the world. You sign 2 free agent offensive linemen. That opens the draft up. With your first pick, you can take Chase. Your second pick, you can take the best pass rusher. Your third pick, you can take another wide receiver. Your fourth pick, you can take another pass rusher, or yada yada. You can take more offensive linemen to back up. It doesn't stronghold you and strangle you to have to take an offensive line with the very first pick and possibly the second pick. Because there's more problems with this team. It's on the defensive line too. You can't forget about that. So if they don't take care of the defensive line in the draft, they got to take care of via free agent. So that's where I'm really curious. March 17th is when free agency starts. And I'm sure, at least I'm hoping, they're already talking to guys and feeling them out and see what the possibility of them coming to the Bengals and what kind of contracts they'd want and how many years and all that stuff. I'm 99% sure that stuff's happening. We will never hear any of that. As far as fans goes, we won't hear that. But to me, that, like I said, that to me, if they do that, I will be so fired up because I'm like, all right, it's on. It is on. We get a tackle on a guard fridge. It's on. We can get Chase. We can get Devontae Smith. We can get Pitts. We get somebody like that on the offense. And then you get a pass rusher second round, and look out at AFC North. Look out, baby, because the Bengals will be coming. The Bengals will be coming. All right, DP, what's up? Hey, Strawberry. Nice. I better write that down. You said your Birds going to win Cincinnati our Super Bowl. I'm going to hold you to that. Don't read on it. Dennis, I don't know what you think I said. You're holding me to something I'm not sure. I didn't say the Bengals are going to win the Super Bowl next year, if that's what you said. But, I mean, I say that every year, Dennis. I said it last year. It's kind of a running joke that I have. My Bengals are going to win the Super Bowl next year. I say it every year. So you can hold it to me all you want, but I say it every year, if that's what you said. All right. Foxy, what's going on, buddy? According to the league policy, they cannot talk to any potential free agent until 24 hours prior to the new league year, or it's considered tampering. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the rule. I mean, do you really think they do that? I mean, they might. I mean, I don't know. I'll put it this way. There's a lot of deals that get done awful quick in that first day. Like, really, you guys just talked 24 hours, before, and you got knocked that all out and that quick? So I know that's the rule, Foxy. I don't really believe that's exactly what happens. I mean, Look at the NBA. I mean, I know the contracts in the NBA and the NFL are completely different. Those guys tamper with each other all the time. So, I'm like I said, you're not wrong. That's the rule. That's what, that's what they're supposed to do. But I would not be surprised if somebody talks to somebody, somewhere. It is, the age of technology. I mean, dude, we can talk to people. I mean, right now, I got a YouTube show, and Gitlow, who watches my show, is in the Bahamas. Trust me, you can talk to people anywhere, and you can hide stuff, and we'll see what's going on. Hey, Carl. Hold on a second. I'll bring you up here. Carl, what's going on, brother? Welcome to the show.
What's up?
What's up, buddy?
I think Big Ben's done.
You think Big Ben's done?
Yeah, they signed no Haskins today.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that Ben's done. I could see Ben coming back and Haskins being a backup and Haskins being their future quarterback. I put it this way. I think Big Ben is going to play until he can't, and he threw for 500 and something yards on the Browns game. So he can still, he can still play. There is there's quarterbacks playing. Brady's 42, 43, and he's playing. So yeah. I think Ben's. I'm good. I hope Ben leaves. I want him to go away. But I honestly, I will not be surprised if he comes back and plays one more year next year. But hey, I could be wrong. And I'll be glad to be wrong. So why do you think Ben's gone? I mean, just because they signed Haskins?
Well, he's getting old too.
Yeah, but Haskins got cut, and Haskins has not produced at all for Washington. So, that's where I'm not. I can't see the Steelers going, all right, we got Dwayne Haskins. Hey, Ben, you can go away now. You can go retire. I just don't see them going, this is our guy that's going to lead us to the promised land again. The guy who got cut from Washington,
Yeah.
But like that, I could be wrong. You never know. We'll see what happens.
And in the draft, I say you go Smith from Bama. Work on your offensive line, free agent.
Yeah, well, I agree with you, but my always question is, what if they don't sign anybody in free agency before the draft?
Then you have to take Swell.
Yeah, still there. That's what I say. And if he's not there, then you got to draft down to get some of these other offensive linemen to pick up another second-round pick.
Yeah.
But hopefully they'll sign free agents, and we won't have to worry about that. But we'll see what happens. We see how long ways to go. The draft isn't until April 29th.
Well, I'll let y'all go.
All right, brother. Thanks for the call. Take it easy. All right, guys. Just like that, you can join the show as well. Like I said, it is at the top of the page. I'll put it in the chat one more time so you guys can find it. And let's see here. There it is. It's right there at the bottom. You can join it and join the chat by a video chat just like that, and you can come talk to me, give me your thoughts of what the Bengals may or may not do in the draft and the uniforms and everything. I really, how does anybody feel about my idea of the alternate helmet, with the black helmet and the orange stripes? I always think that's kind of cool. I've seen a mock-up of that a couple times. I think that's pretty cool. Matt, do I stream every day? Yes, I stream every day. Monday through Friday, 5:30. And then if something important happens, like if the Bengals do sign a free agent or two, I will try to jump on live as fast as I can. And most time if I'm doing that, I'm on my phone. It's not here in the ice cave. But every day, Monday through Friday, I will be here. And just hit that bell for notifications. So whenever I do go live, you are notified by YouTube. Nathan, I sincerely believe we can win a playoff game. If the Browns can win, then we can too. Plus, we will be better next year for sure. Well, the thing is, the Browns, if you watched yesterday's show, me and the Natural were talking about this. He's one of my P1 viewers. What the Browns did last year, they fixed their offensive line in two moves. They drafted a tackle and they signed a tackle. they fixed their offensive line, and they fixed a lot of their problems. Now, also, they got a new quarterback who got, a new coach, or not new coach, new coach to help out the quarterback. But their two biggest things they did in the offensive line is fix, two biggest things they did in the offseason is fix the offensive line. And I think the Bengals can do the exact same thing. Foxy, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? I agree with you about the league rules and shit stuff.
Yeah. Whatever. Shit stuff, whatever. But yeah,
like
I mean,
you said,
good.
Deals come too quick to be
Right.
not talking sooner.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, they'll announce stuff, that morning. Okay, this guy signed with this team for a 5-year deal worth, $13.1 million. Like, you guys figured that out in 24 hours? Like, that's all daggone quick. That's why I'm like, ain't no way. So, right. I mean, I don't have any proof of that other than deals get signed way too fast.
Right. But when it comes to the jerseys, I'm kind of excited. I thought we've needed a change in jerseys.
Right.
I like our orange and black helmet, and I've seen it a lot, and I've said it for a while. I think it would be pretty cool to have a matte black with orange stripes on it.
Right.
Once a year get helmet that we use on a Monday night football game or a Thursday night football game, and then
or just the color rush jerseys. Just make the helmet the same, white with black stripes. So it matches the actual uniform. That would look kind of cool.
That's what I was going to say there too. The color rush, when they brought out the color rush, I'm like, oh man, that'd be cool if they did a white and black helmet.
Mm-hmm. Right. Because it would match. Because the bright orange helmet just looks weird with all the whites, and then you just had this big orange thing on top of your head.
But when it comes to Big Whit, I'd love to see Big Whit come back and play for us. I'd love it. And like you said, he started as a guard. So you bring him back and you can plug him in at guard. Or even if you do take Sewell, yeah. You can let him sit a year behind one of the best tackles that I've seen come out in years.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that's the worst case, and you can let him learn from Whit. I mean, who better than that? I mean, even if you have Whit at guard and you have Sewell at tackle, he still can learn from Whit.
Exactly.
He still pick his brain.
I'd love to see Whit come back and retire as a Bengal.
Me too, brother. Me too.
Yeah, I mean, he spent what, two years out in LA?
I think 3. No, 3 actually. Maybe 4.
Yeah,
3 or 4, yeah.
And from what I understand, he still has his house in Northern Kentucky.
Oh, does he?
He never sold his house in Northern Kentucky. That's where he goes for the off season. He comes back to Northern Kentucky.
Well, there's a lot of former Bengals that live here. After they're done playing.
So, I mean, I was riding back from E-Town and I had the show on and I had my phone up behind my head because I had a guy ride with me, and he's like, "You got something playing on your phone?" I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm listening to Sports Strawberry Ice. I listen to it every day. Whether I join the show or not, I listen to it every day."
Exactly. That's why you're one of my P1 viewers, baby.
He's like, "Well, why? What do they talk about? Cincinnati stuff?" I said, "Cincinnati Bengals, the Reds. We talk about the Buckeyes." And he's like, "Oh, the Buckeyes?" But he's an older guy.
Did you tell him to subscribe?
He's an older guy. He ain't big on the phones.
What you gotta do is you should have stopped, pull the car over, grab his phone, go to YouTube, and make him subscribe.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. My daughter is probably sitting at home watching because she has got YouTube on her. We let her have YouTube, and she's seen me get on the show. She's got on wave to you guys and stuff.
Right.
And she actually has got YouTube and has gone to the show and has subscribed and watches the show every day, whether I'm home or not. She's on there watching the show.
Yeah. That's a good father right there. That's a good father right there.
And my son did. When he was down here, he lives up in Ludlow, Kentucky, with his mom. But when he was down here visiting over Christmas break, I was I was watching the show, and he's liked and subscribed to the show. I don't know if he watches it every day. I told him, check it out. You might see your old dad on the show.
Yeah, there you
But
go. Well, that's cool, man. I appreciate it.
These two win, plus myself. So
Exactly. Yeah, we're getting closer. I was at 810 yesterday, and 2 people dropped off, and now I'm at 808. Hopefully, I got more people on here now. Since with the new Facebook group that's helping me out. It's Who Day Nation, so I'm live streaming right there on Who Day Nation now.
And I've tried to get my buddy Billy to get on. He lives up in Ironington, Ohio. I can't just grab his phone and subscribe and make him watch the show one time. But I've tried to get him on too. I don't know if he ever subscribed or not.
Well, I appreciate all the help, brother.
But I'll jump off here in case somebody else wants to get on. And it's all right. We don't need Jeremy D. I asked where he's at, but we don't need him. We got you, Jeff. We don't need Jeremy D.
Yeah, exactly. Who's Jeremy? Nah, I miss my boy. He should be back on tomorrow. He's just swamped at work, You know how it goes.
Yeah, we got so much metal work to do right now. It's not funny, and I've got side jobs going on too. So I'm like burning the candle at both ends, like oh.
Yeah, well, you gotta make the money when you can make it.
I always take time to jump on the show, whether it's driving or at the rental property I'm working on for my landlord. I turn it on, plug my radio in, and listen to the show. Or that's why I haven't jumped on it a little bit, just because she gave me a deadline. So now I'm like, ah.
There you go, brother. All right, Foxy, I'm gonna let you jump off, man. But as always, I appreciate you, brother.
Not a problem, man. I'll continue to watch the show, and I'll try to hop on tomorrow to give Jeremy some crap.
Exactly. All right, brother. Take it easy.
All right, man.
Yeah, Brad's got a good question here. I got 20 people watching. 21 people now watching. I got 8 likes. What the heck? Well, actually, it says 4 on my screen, but I'll take 8. That's cool. All right, let's see here. All right, guys. Let me try to get back to the chat here. See what. Let's see here. Biggie, what's up, brother? Let's go with you here. I would like to see white helmets with black stripes for the color rush. Yes, that would be perfect. It would look so cool. I think so sweet. Good surprise. We also have Josh. I can't say that last name. I know who you're talking about as a backup D tackle. Yeah, that would be good. Let's see here. Brad's another P1 viewer. He's never been on the show live, but he's always commenting. I'm sure they have player contracts, free agency, especially the ones with the same agent. Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. You got the same agent. Hey, what about this agent? Or what about this guy? What about that? So like I said, that's why these contracts happen so fast. So I'm pretty sure. I have no, other than the contracts happen that fast, I have no proof that they talk before. Shay C, what's up? You are new to my show. Welcome. They have already revealed black and white uniforms before last season began, and a guy I know, friends with many current and past Bengal players, told him. That's cool. Well, we'll have to see what they look like, because I haven't seen. I've just seen lots and lots of mock-ups from Bengal fans and what they did. Let's see here. What's up? They hinted by changing their logo on their YouTube page. On the Bengals YouTube page or your friend's YouTube page? I'm confused of what you are referring to there. So anyway, but it's a big lots of good conversation tonight. I have enjoyed all of it. Like I said, this is the first time for me live streaming on Who Day Nation, and I gotta give a shout out to those guys and letting me do this. As my normal viewers know, I'm also live streaming on Ohio State Bucknuts. So I appreciate you guys for letting me on there. So those are 2 Facebook groups that I like to give shout outs to that I don't run. Oh, let's see here. Okay. Hold on. Brad, a little off topic, but did you happen to see Baker Mayfield bring a dying fan out of hospice You come to the Steelers game? No, I don't. I didn't see anything about that. That's interesting, though. Robert, you were just on the show. Are you going to post some pictures that were sent to you in the ice bar too? I meant to ask that. You mean the ones the guys sent to me on Instagram? Yeah, I will get those. I'll copy those and I'll put them on the ice bar. You guys can check them out there. And Josh, what's up, buddy? We're hoping to see something similar to the Leaping Tiger of the late '90s. Yeah, like I said, I like that one, and I don't mind the Bengals B. I wouldn't mind having the tiger on one side and the B on the other side. I mean, I would like it to be, like I said, more clean, like the '90s jerseys, but also not just forget about the Bengal head and the B. We don't need the Bengal head and the B, but maybe put the B and the Leaping Tiger on it. That would be cool. The Bengals, you're talking about the Bengals changed the logo on their YouTube channel. I have to check that out. I have not, seen that. The legit Bengals YouTube page that shows a black and white uniform since a year ago. I've been on their YouTube page and I have not actually paid attention to that. So I will have to go check that out. But Ace, I think it's how you say your name. Thanks for the info. Josh, what's up, buddy? I'm not a big fan of that B. It can become secondary or go away. Well, one of the biggest reasons that I like the B, but one of the biggest reasons I like it, because in my garage, I painted my garage Bengals a couple years ago, and I one side I got the Bengals B, and the other side I got the Bengals head. So they didn't have their stickers. They didn't have the leaping Bengal. I would have put that on one side, but we'll see. Josh, he's probably just referring to the color rush units. Are you talking about on the YouTube channel? That's probably what I'm thinking, because I haven't seen anything from the Bengals about, like I said, I've seen lots of different mock-ups from Bengal fans of what they want to see. Like the guy who just sent me on my Instagram page. Like I said, I'll be putting that up on the I'll put it up on the ice bar. I'll probably put it up on the Strawberry Ice page so you guys can check it out there. So anyway, let's get back into me getting out of here, rolling on out of here. And oh wait, Josh, you're blowing it up. Hold on a second. Let's see what else you got, Josh. The all whites, yeah, I think, or they are black and white. I've seen edits while they add black and white striped helmet to them. That's what I want to do on the color rush, just for the color rush, not every day, but for that color rush, that orange helmet, which I love the orange helmet, but with the color rush uniform, it bugs me. It's just like it doesn't match, So that's why I like to see them do that. Now, like I said, I'm on live streaming on Who Day Nation. I appreciate those guys letting me do it. I'm also live streaming on my own page, Sports with Strawberry Ice, and Ohio State Bucknuts, and these are other groups of mine that I invite you guys to join. Bengals Brigade, Bearcat, Ruckus, and Radical Reds. And I'll be putting this on the podcast later on tonight. So you guys missed any of the show, you can check it out there. Give me a 5-star review, rate, and review. I'm on BeanPod, Apple Podcast, Spotify, iTunes, pretty much wherever you get your podcasts, you can find me. Like I said, I'm on all my social media platforms. You can follow me there. All under Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and then me and Jeremy D do some silly TikToks that I think are funny as crap. But we crack ourselves up, and I hope we crack you guys up too. Josh can't have a second helmet though, I don't think. Well, do the Steelers, I think the Squealers do when they wear those stupid looking their throwback uniform. Don't they have a different helmet? Maybe they don't. Well, I mean, I put it so I know the Lions have, because they would get, now it might be because it's a throwback. Maybe you're allowed to do that then. You have because the Lions just have a silver helmet and nothing else. I think any secondary helmet teams have to have just a sticker change. Okay. Though you might be right. You're probably right. That's probably why. I'm trying. Maybe the Steelers. I keep saying Steelers. I'm cussing on my own show. The Squealers, those stupid striped, ugly looking uniforms, those things are those are god awful. But yeah, I think they have their normal helmet on those. But anyway, I appreciate it. I appreciate being on Who Dey Nation and Ohio State Bucknuts, and I appreciate all you guys watching me. This is great. Tune in tomorrow. I'm live every day at 5:30. Jeremy D should be joining me tomorrow, as long as he can get out of work. It's based around concussion. Well, what's the color have to do with it? You know, I mean, I understand that, but I wonder what the color change of the color has to do it. Jags fan. The Bengals are trash. They're going to ruin Joe Burrow's career. Well, thank you for your comment there, but that's coming from the Jaguars. You got the number 1 pick. Good luck. Don't mess up Trevor Lawrence. Oh my goodness. All right, hold on. I'll give you one more. What do you got? I was a Burrow fan. I will request if I was Burrow, I request trade for like Deshaun Watson before my career is ruined. Okay. Good thing you're not Joe Burrow. Let's see here. I'm glad the Bengals will different than the Browns. Finally. And Josh, last but not least. Because it'd be more than one helmet, so managing, fitting, variables. Okay. I got you. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. I understand. Then everything's down to safety protocol and stuff like that. All right, guys, I've been on here for like an hour and 17 minutes. I appreciate all of you guys commenting and joining the show. And like I said, join me tomorrow. Jeremy D should be back with me. Excuse me. I am on here live every day at 5:30. Like I said, talk a lot of Bengals. Talk some Reds, talk Bearcats, lots of stuff. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share my show. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers as fast as I can. That way I can get monetized and everything. And I'm not doing this to make money. It's just fun. The monetization is just, you try to do it to get the show out to as many people as you can. Excuse me. So I appreciate it. And as Jeremy D would say to end the show, you guys remember one thing. You don't live in Cleveland. You live in Cincinnati. So act like it. Who Dey? And that's just sports, baby. See ya!